guys, Donna here with your weekly mini reading for June 9th to June 15th, 2025. Oh my goodness, we're halfway through the year already. I can't believe it. And remember, this is a 9-year, so things will be ending so that new beginnings can start in 2026. All right, so last week we had listening, ideas and inspiration, and serenity from the Healing with the Angel deck by Doreen Virtue. We had Trust the Guidance You're Receiving from the Sword of Light from Radley Valentine, St. Michael's Sword of Light. And then we had Declutter. No, that was the week before. Sorry. We had Abundance Mindset from last week. I'm looking at my notes and I see declutter. So maybe that's a sign for me that I need to continue to declutter my mind and my surroundings so that I feel lighter and not quite so heavy. I don't know how your day's been, but this day has been so strange. Our affirmation was, I trust my inner voice. So I hope you were able to work with some of those angels last week, the listening angel, the ideas and inspiration, finding your serenity, allowing yourself to have self-care. That is my goal these days, is to stay in balance and not work too much, not have that workaholic kind of thing, but also have balance and try to get enough rest, drink enough water, just making sure I'm taking care of me and I'm listening to my body, trusting that guidance that I'm receiving and that I'm putting myself in an abundant mindset. I work with these energies just like you do, and sometimes I'm really good at it, and sometimes I'm not. It just depends on the day and what the flow is. Today is Monday, the 9th of June, and it was just a very weird day today. Strange people at work coming in, just really odd things happening, like just off kilter kind of energy. So I don't know if you're feeling that, but I certainly am. So I'm trying to come back to my center, to my balance, and come and just work in these energies with the angels and say, okay, I'm gonna shake it off, right? I'm gonna breathe and I'm just gonna say, okay, here we go. This is a new week and we're gonna see what comes. Sometimes days are just like that, right? All right, so I'm gonna call in St. Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel, and let's see what they have for us this week. I was able to go to the Playful Soul. They had a little bazaar that they have once a month. I highly encourage you to go if you're in Indianapolis. It's off 86th Street. It was such fun. I had a great time. I saw some people that I knew. That is always helpful to me too. I was outside. My friend was under this tree. It was so beautiful. It reminded me of abundance because it was huge. Just trying to hear that inner voice that I have, really trusting my inner voice. What was my inner voice? Okay, so this week we have focus. I love that card. Ooh, then we have music. And finally, we have body care. Okay, so we're going to start with the focus card. When the focus card comes in, this is talking about where do we want to place our focus? Do we want to place our focus on the negative or on the positive? Do we want to place our focus on manifesting our intentions? Or are we going to be focused on, all the things that are not happening well? Like today, for instance, on my day, I could have allowed all the strange energies to get to me, but instead I just whipped out my spray. I used my purification spray and I sprayed my desk. I sprayed me. I even sprayed around the door, just to get the energy shifting to a higher vibration, to a lighter vibration. So I encourage you to use this week. Where do you need to focus? Maybe that's the question. Think about, where do you want to focus your intention? I know that when I want to manifest something, if I'm really focused in on it, I can do it. If I'm distracted, not so much. So this is a week of staying focused in on your goal. You know, what would you like to have happen this week? And then focus in on it. Maybe choose one thing and see if it comes to fruition. Next, we have music. So the music is coming in saying, surround yourself with soothing music. Help yourself stay focused. So what kind of music do you need to listen to in order to focus? Because sometimes if we listen to music and we're dancing around, we're able to focus more because we're playing, and our imagination gets it starts to spin, and we start to think of all the things that we want to create in our life. So music can be taking up an instrument that you may have wanted to, taking lessons. If you already play an instrument, you know, picking it up again. Maybe it's making music in some regard. It can be writing music. It can be writing poetry to put to music, or it can just simply be, maybe some of you are going to go to a concert, just surrounding yourself with music to uplift your spirit in some way. And then finally, we have body care. So the body care is coming in because this is that self-care card. How can I take care of self? What do I need to do? I need to listen to my body, right? What is my body trying to tell me? I need to take some time this week and really sit with myself. It can be in a bath, you know, it can simply be walking outside. It can be sitting in nature. It can be by a lake. Maybe you're going to go on vacation, or you're thinking about it. The body care is about taking care of you, taking care of your mental health and your physical health. Even though it says body care, I happen to believe that the body care can be influenced by the mind, because if we feel you know, uncomfortable in our bodies, that's going to make us feel more stressed. So it's about relaxing. Maybe you're going for a massage. Maybe you're thinking about getting a massage. This is saying yes. Or you're thinking about having a Reiki session, which I do have availability if you need some. Let me know. But something where you're taking care of you. Because through the body care, which can be listening to music, right? Relaxing, listening to music, it helps you focus in on what your needs are. So I guess this is about really listening to yourself and asking yourself, what is it that I need this week that will make me feel better? And then really take action steps to do that. Next, we're going to ask St. Michael to come in. Okay. Our weather has improved. We had some rain, but we also have had some sun and some warmth. All right. Detoxify your friendships. That's very interesting. That kind of goes along with body care, doesn't it? To detoxify. Maybe you need to detoxify your body too. That could be part of body care. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time, so be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Okay, so I would say that this is a week that you can reevaluate and see who is in your inner circle. Or it could also be what you watch on, you know, if you're watching a YouTube video like mine or someone else's, do you choose the ones that help you feel better about yourself, that are inspiring, right? Give you ideas, are supportive of what you want. Also, looking at your friendships and seeing that maybe you need to weed out some people. It could be Facebook friends, people that no longer resonate to where you are. And if you don't have people around you that are supportive of you, that are not generous, it's always about them, they're being very selfish, maybe it's time to reevaluate that. Maybe it's time to say, look, part of my self-care, part of my body care is saying, I am going to need to do some detoxification here. And it can be detoxing the body. It can be detoxing the mind. It can be detoxing your friendships. So look at your friendships and see, who might need to move out of the inner circle and who might need to move in. And then watch for new friends coming in that have that same alignment with what you're looking for. And then, let's see, that was the abundance. Let's ask St. Michael. As I skipped, I meant to pick up St. Michael, but I did the abundance cards instead. Oh well, that's how this is flowing. Oh, your loved ones are safe. Let go of your fear and worry for your loved ones. I am looking after them. Okay, so when this card comes up, this is going to be about allowing ourselves not to get caught up in fear. Because right now there's a lot going on in our nation, in our world, in our cities, and we could get very, very afraid. But don't forget to ask St. Michael to come in and help protect you, but also protect your loved ones. He is there to protect them. So, if you're worried about your loved ones, simply ask St. Michael, please go to my daughter, take care of her, wrap her in your loving wings, and help her feel that she is safe. You can visualize them blue around them. You can visualize red around them. You can ask his angels to help you, because St. Michael has a variety of them that come in and help, right? Protection angels. Anyone who knows me and who travels, always send the protection and the traveling angels, that kind of thing. So if you have loved ones that are traveling, just know and ask that they be protected by the angels on their travels, that they get there safely and that they get back home safely as well. The other thing too is this has to do with our loved ones that have passed on. They're coming through saying they are safe as well. They watch over you as well. So if we have someone who's just passed and we're wondering if they're safe, if they've made it to their destination in the next realm, I'm here to say yes, they have, and that they are safe. And if they have been struggling with an illness for a long time, you may not feel them around you as much because they have to recover on that side too. So know that everyone that you love are safe. All of your loved ones are safe. And I love this because St. Michael does come in with the sword and with the feminine, the divine feminine, because we are strong. Remember, all you have to do is kind of just sit with it and ask St. Michael to help you. And I promise you, you will feel his wings come around you. I felt it on more than one occasion. I may not see him anymore because he scared me, but I do feel him and I ask him to be with me. So remember that. If you're really afraid for your children, for your nieces, for your family, for your friends, just ask St. Michael to please go and put his protective netting, his protective, cape around them. And you will find that they are safe. And more importantly, you will feel at peace with that. So remember, your loved ones are safe. You're going to detoxify whatever you need to this week in friendships and maybe your body. You're going to take care of you. You're going to listen to some music and you're going to focus in on what it is that you need to do for the next 6 months, say, to get ready for our 1 year coming up. Okay, and finally, let's see what we have for our affirmation. I radiate gratitude. There you go. I radiate gratitude. One more time. I radiate gratitude. That's an excellent, very short and sweet affirmation. But when we're starting to feel like today, with all of the craziness that's out there and all of the negativity, just being grateful that I'm good. I'm here. I'm breathing. I feel pretty good about myself, you know, just allowing yourself to start to feel grateful. You know, I'm happy that I'm healthy. I'm grateful that I have friends. I'm grateful that I can do this on Mondays for all of you. You know, I'm grateful to all of you for giving me your love and support. Just start to find little things to be grateful for, and then it kind of escalates from there. So, using that affirmation, see what comes up for you. I radiate gratitude. You might want to make a journal, have a journal, and journal on gratitude. Maybe you purchase a journal that has to do with gratitude, giving you ideas on what those things may be. But try to utilize this affirmation this week. I radiate gratitude. So I hope you like this mini reading, that you have a great week, that you take care of yourself, that you really embrace who and where you are, and enjoy your family, your friends, your life. You know, we get one this time around, and here we are. So staying in that gratitude can be very helpful, especially since it's very tough right now for everybody. So maybe we're the ones that are going to be that shining beacon. We're going to radiate the gratitude from our heart space and put love out into the universe, so that people that we don't even know are able to feel loved, appreciated, and not alone. So have a great week. I will see you next Monday, God willing. And don't forget, you're always on my Reiki Radar. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, you guys know the drill. And I will see you next week. This is Donna.